Welcome to this week's Self-Love Master Class. My name is Renee Mullings-Lewis. I am a self-love teacher and coach. I'm also an energy healer, specifically a Reiki master. And I'm also the founder and owner of Modern Day Wise Woman, a company that offers coaching programs and healing programs for conscious spiritual people. We help you to create deep, soulful, meaningful, unshakable relationships with the self so that you can attract whatever it is that you desire into your life. So for this week's Self-Love Masterclass, we're actually doing an audio, as you can tell if you're listening to this already. And particularly, we're doing a self-love mantra. Now, self-love mantras are audios personally selected and designed by me to empower you in a particular area of life by teaching you a very specific spiritual lesson. Today's lesson is all about having the courage to do you. Now, what do I mean when I say having the courage to do you? If you've ever heard the expression, I'm gonna do me, that's what we're talking about. I'm talking about you being able to really step into your power, particularly the power that comes with being able to express yourself authentically in your natural skin, in your natural state, and in your natural way. So if you are following me already on Instagram, then you may have seen one of my latest posts. It's a post where I was informing you about this audio, and my hair is twisted into these little twists, and I've just come out of the shower. Now, I know for many people, walking around without makeup or not being in their best attire while being seen publicly is something that they would just never do. You see, because we have an image to portray, and not only that, we often associate what others think about us with who we actually are. If I actually take it a step further, it's much more than association. Let me say that again. If I take that point a step further, the idea that we associate what other people think with who we actually are a step further, what we will see underneath it is that we actually internalize our own self-worth, our own value, our own self-confidence by reviewing what other people say about us, what other people think about us, and by how other people respond to or treat us. Recently, I was working with a client, and she mentioned to me that she always goes to bed after her boyfriend goes to bed, and she wakes before him in the morning. And part of the reason why she was doing this is because she felt that she always needed to look her best. Now, while I'm sharing this story with you, I want you to actually look at an area of your own life where you are always trying to look or be perfect. For some of you listening to this, it will be your looks. You'll always need to have your hair did and your nails done and your shoes match your purse. You know what I'm talking about. For some of you, it's going to be in the workplace. You have to have every single I dotted and T crossed. You go over and over and over things because you don't fully trust yourself. For some of you, it's going to be that new car you're driving. You're driving that car, but you really can't afford it. For some of you, maybe it's the home you're living in, the furniture you have. It could even be the person that you're choosing to date. Maybe it's comparing your kids to other people's children and making sure you can put your child in hockey and soccer and taekwondo and the learning drama play or whatever thing is happening at school. The point here, my friends, is I want you to notice where you are not enough as you are. I want you to sit with that. Because wherever we feel like we are not enough, that is where we are always doing too much. What I mean by too much is we give more than we have. We extend and offer more of our personal energy than is healthy for our bodies, our minds, and our soul. We abandon and we betray ourselves. We push past intuition and ignore gut signals. All in the name of being something more than we think we actually are. So how do we actually get out of this? How do we find the courage to just do you? Or how do I do me? You see, my friends, the practice is getting to a place where you understand what it costs you to keep being a slave to someone else's image and idea of who you think you should be. Close your eyes and take a look back in your life now. Think about all of the things that you've always wanted. Think about all of the things that you passed up. Think about all of the things that you ignored because you were trying to be something that you weren't. Maybe you let go of a dream. Maybe you let go of your life's purpose or what feels like your life's purpose. I want you to know that nothing, absolutely nothing, is more important than your freedom and your happiness. And that our spiritual journey here and our purpose, the reason we all incarnated here on earth at this time and reality, is for us to get to know ourselves better, for us to simply be happy. Now, people think, oh, being happy isn't important. Well, if being happy isn't important, then what is the point of it all? Really, I want you to think about this. Because for those of you who perhaps have put aside your happiness, notice that when you do that, it's likely because you are trying to have someone else be happy. So in that sense, you understand then that happiness is the highest value, or one of the highest values. Happiness, love, all of these things go together. And so in that case, the question then to ask yourself is, why is someone else's happiness more important than your own when you understand and you value what happiness is for that other person? Maybe it's your husband or your child, your wife or your mother, an auntie or an uncle. Notice how much you're willing to do to make others happy and not yourself. We exist in a world and a society that tells us to be selfless, when in fact there is enough opportunity, there is enough abundance for all of us to be happy. But what it takes is all of us actually being willing to be ourselves. So I want you to repeat after me if you are interested in creating a life of joy and happiness. And if you are interested in being a demonstration so that you illuminate the world around you and you encourage others to live a life where they are free and fulfilled and happy. The mantra for today is, I'm gonna do me. Say it again. I'm going to do me. Now say it again, but this time I want you to say it with attitude. I'm gonna do me. And for the remainder of the day, whenever you find yourself trying to be perfect, or trying to hide, or feeling not worthy, I want you to put your hand on your tummy, on your solar plexus, and I want you to just say quietly to yourself, I'm going to do me. And I want you to exhale and release those negative thoughts and that negative energy. Feel free to listen to this audio as many times as you like. Listen to it over and over and share it with your friends if it has informed you and encouraged you and inspired you to be yourself and not to let anyone mess with you. The real you, that is, of course. If you're interested in more audios, you can find more on my website, moderndaywisewoman.com, in the shop. Everything is readily available and downloadable there for you. Last but not least, if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. It ensures that you never miss an audio or a class or anything else that I'm doing. Oh, I lied. I said last but not least, but there's one more thing. If you're not already following me on Instagram, come over and join our tribe there. We are now at nearly 5,000 people, and it's awesome. My handle there is @moderndaywisewoman, and it's all one word. So before we go, I'd like for you to take a nice deep breath and relax. And just allow everything that I've talked about to fully integrate into your mind, your body, and your soul. And with that, I thank you for your time and for your energy. And with that, I say, Namaste.